Hey guys, this is Caesar from Day Trade Today. So today I wanted to guide you guys through a very powerful website. It's a website that I personally use a lot. I come here to look for swing trading ideas, look at what the market is doing as a whole, and just get like a overview of what's happening, keeping up with the latest news around the world in the markets.
Shut up and sit down.
To start off, the website's name is Finbiz, right? You can type in finbiz.com in your search bar, and it will take you to this home screen right here. Right, and we're being graded by three charts right here. Basically, the markets, right? You have the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the SPY. Pretty neat feature. And we scroll down a bit more, and we have these two sections right here, right? This section right here on the left is the top gainers, which are basically the stocks that have gained the most value within that day. And then we have the stocks with the top losers, right? Basically, the stocks that have lost the most value within that day. Now, this gets updated every single day during market hours. So, right now, I'm recording this on the weekend. So, these stocks are mostly from Friday, right? The Friday movers, basically. And one neat feature that this website has is that you can just hover your mouse over the tickers, it's going to show you what's happening. So you don't have to click on each one individually. And that's, for me, that's very neat because you can just go through many stocks very, very fast, right? So these are top gainers, top losers. And then right here we have a mini heat map. Basically, it's showing you how stocks within a certain sector are performing, right? So you got the tech sector, financials, communications, healthcare, and it shows you how those stocks within those sectors are performing, right? You can see Microsoft is up 2% within a day. Apple's down 2% within a day. Then we scroll down a bit more. We have these two sections right here where it shows you basically stocks forming a technical pattern, right? So it shows you right here under signal what kind of pattern it is. So this one is forming a trendline support, trendline resistance, wedge up, wedge down, wedge, whatnot. And you just click on the tickers and I'll show you what's happening in the pattern, right? So they're doing the homework for you, and you can probably just come here and look for trading ideas, setup ideas, or whatnot. So very, very useful and neat feature, right? Below we have headlines, basically headline news, what's happening around the world or the markets, right? And just click on each one and see. It will take you to the website. Scroll down a bit more. We have insider transactions, right? It's basically showing you what the insiders of the companies are doing, right? Whether they're selling or buying stock, how much of it, and when did they sell it, right? So pretty neat feature to have. All the way at the bottom left, we have futures, basically showing you the futures, right? Crude oil, natural gas, gold, Dow, S&P 500, and at the bottom right, we have the forex and bonds, right? The currency market. So you have euro, USD, and then we have 5, 10, and 30-year treasury. So pretty neat feature. This is pretty much the home page. Pretty simple to use and lots of useful information. So next we'll have these tabs right here where it shows you different sections of the website. So let's click on news. Basically right here is just showing you like a accumulation of the latest news that has been happening. It has a time, the title, and just go through these and see which one you might seem interested in, right? And maybe even use some of these news as a catalyst for a trade, right? So just go through these, see which one you like, click on it, and it will take you to the website. Then these right here on the right is just blogs, right? Personal blogs from other people and their opinions and whatnot. So just go through this. You might find some gems in here. So the next one is screener. I'll actually skip this one real quick. I'll come to it last. So let's go on maps. Maps is basically a bigger heat map compared to the one that was in the home screen. So basically, it shows you same thing again. How stocks are performing within a certain sector. And a neat thing we have here is that it allows you to use filters, right? So this right here is the 1-day performance. So let's say we want to look at the 1-year performance. Here you can use you're looking at the 1-year performance of all of these stocks, and you can see that Microsoft has been up 62%. Apple has been up 30%, right? And just look around, see what you may find, right? Which stocks maybe are performing, underperforming or overperforming, right? And let's click on world. Give me a second here, my computer's lagging. Okay, so my computer's lagging a bit right here. So once we click on world, it's gonna give you an overview of what's happening around the world, the stocks that are happening around the world, right? So let's give me a load in a bit. Yeah, so you see here that the stocks, it shows you stocks from around the world, based Chinese stocks, Japanese stocks, Ireland, United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, and whatnot. If we click on full, it's gonna give you a bigger overview of the market as a whole, right? So like all of the stocks in the market basically, compared to the S&P 500, which only holds 500 stocks. And then last but not least, we have the exchange traded funds, which is ETFs, which are basically funds that hold uh, stocks, similar stocks within a fund, right? Whether they be from the same sector or industry. And then next we have groups. Basically shows you the performance for each sector, right? This is the timeline. So 1 day performance, 1 week performance, a month performance, a year, half year, and whatnot, right? So you can see which sectors are performing the best. So we can see energy has been performing the best, followed by communications, financials, and tech, and so on. And you can use this information to, like, maybe put your money in the best performing sectors, or start rotating your money in different areas, right? And just keep your money working for you continuously. Maybe even use it to, like, avoid certain sectors, right? Like basic materials have been performing the worst. You probably don't want to park your money there, or maybe you want to look for it. It could be oversold, and maybe you do put your money in there, right? So different ways to, like, play these, right? Very useful information. You can actually change it to see how each industry is performing as well. So this for industries, and other, just other criteria here as well. So next we move on to portfolio. I personally don't use portfolio at all, right? Because I have one on my own brokerage, but you just put your ticker here, ticker name, transaction, whether you bought or sold it, the date, the shares, the price, and it's gonna give you an overview of your portfolio basically. Next we have insider. So right here we have basically it shows you what insiders within the company are doing in very detail, right? So right here it shows you the tickers. It's like Hood, the tickers. We have the owners, who the founders are, and then we have the relationship of who they are within that company. So this guy is a CEO, this guy is a chief creative officer, the day of the transaction, the transaction type, which is whether they bought or sold or exercised options or shares. Right here we have the cost at which each share they transacted at, the number of shares, the value of the transaction, and the total number of shares that was transacted, right? So for example, right here we have Hood, Vladimir, he's the CEO. He sold 120,000 shares at a price of 34.86, worth $4 million, right? So you can use this information to your advantage, right? Maybe let me give you an example. Maybe you hold shares of a certain company and you're seeing that the CEO is selling large amounts of shares, right? So that can mean many things, right? It can mean either he's taking profits, or it can mean that he doesn't believe in the company enough, and he's trying to get out and just profit before, maybe the stock goes in a downtrend or something like that. So you can use this information and interpret it however you like, and make some moves off of it, right? So pretty neat information to have and to see. Next we have futures. It's basically just an overview of the futures market. It shows you how they're performing, right? So like the S&P, the Nasdaq, the Russell, crude oil, gasoline, natural gas, and just hover your mouse over these tickers and it's gonna show you a chart, right? Same thing with forex. Just how each currency is performing. You have the euro, USD, crude, and whatnot. Shows you a chart. And same thing for crypto. Just hover your keyboard, right? We have mouse, excuse me. We have Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and this shows you how it's performing. So pretty neat feature. Last but not least, we have backtest. This one is a paid subscription. I don't use it, but it basically allows you to, like, backtest certain strategies or setups that you may have, and it allows you to see how they would have performed basically. So to finish off, the last feature is the screener, which is basically what I come for. This is the gem within this page, because it allows you to narrow down your search for each stock, right? Maybe you have certain criteria that you want to look for in a stock, and you can come here and input those criteria to narrow down your search. So we have three tabs right here, basically descriptive, fundamental, and technical. So the descriptive basically allows you to look for stocks based on descriptions, right? Whether it be the exchange they trade on, the market cap, earnings day, index, sector, flow short, or industry, right? So let's say we want to look for stocks in the New York Stock Exchange. You can see how it narrows it down more. Let's say we want to look for stocks that are in the tech sector, and then just narrow it down even more. Let's say we want to see stocks that have earnings next week, and then narrow it down even more. And then you can just hover your mouse over the tickers, and it's gonna show you basically, how they're performing. Very neat feature, very amazing feature. So this is basically descriptive. Now we move on to, give me a second here. Now for my fundamental traders, maybe you're a fundamental trader and you want to look for stocks with certain PE ratios, debt to equity, insider ownership, or institution transactions, right? Or insider transactions. Or, let's say we want to look for stocks with a low PE ratio. Let's say we want to look for stocks that have low insider ownership with high institutional ownership. And you can see how it just keeps narrowing down even more. So yeah, just play around with these, see what you are looking for, and just input those criteria in here, and it will search it for you basically. And last but not least, we have the technical side. So I personally am a technical trader, and this is what I mostly come for, right? For example, it allows you to see, maybe you want to look for stocks that have been performing for a year, right? So you can see click year up, and this will show you stocks that have been performing good from the beginning of the year to now, right? So they've been going up. Maybe you want to look for stocks that are above the 20 SMA, so you can click right here, price above 20 SMA. Maybe you want to look at stocks that are above the 50 SMA. Maybe you look at stocks that have been gapping up with, alright volatility, maybe over 3%. You can see how it just keeps narrowing down even more, and just go through these, see which ones you like, and from there just start writing these down on your watch list, and for a potential swing trade or just a day trade or whatever it may be, right, you're looking for. So with that being said, this is pretty much it. Hope you guys learned something new, or just some useful information. If you guys have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to me in the Day Trade Today group. I'm always active. Just hit me up on the side, or you can reach out to me on my Instagram page at Caesar Investing, CESAR Investing. Thanks, guys.